Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Once again, thank you so much for making our channel one of the fastest growing channels on YouTube for politics, personal finance, stimulus news and unemployment benefits. I appreciate you. In this video, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the August jobs report that just came out where the actual unemployment rate fell down all the way down to 8.4%. And I'll show you a video from the US Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia, and I want you to know, my valuable viewers and subscribers, whether you agree with the assessment of the US Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia. So let's jump right in. Once again, my name is Dr. Chhoda. Welcome to my channel. If you do learn something new from this video, please consider clicking like. Please subscribe, please enable notifications so you can get instant updates from our channel going forward. Now, the most recent jobs report, the August jobs report that was released in the past couple of days, showed that the unemployment rate fell down to single digits for the first time during this pandemic. Now, keep in mind, this is down from 14.7% in April. So the unemployment did go all the way up to 14.7% in April of this year. And now it's down to 8.4%. Now, keep in mind, though, that the unemployment rate still is historically high. It's more than twice the pre-pandemic unemployment rate of 3.4%. In fact, let's take a look at a chart on your screen right now of the unemployment rate. And you can see that historically the unemployment rate went up during the 2008 recession, then it came down. It was all the way down to 3.5% at the start of the year, and then it shot up as the pandemic hit us all the way in April 2020 to 14.7%, and then it declined in May and June, and now in August 2020, it's down to 8.4%. So this has been the change in the unemployment rate since this pandemic hit us. Now, there were some other extremely interesting changes in the August jobs report. Many industry sectors saw job growth in August, significant job growth in August. In fact, you'll see a chart on your screen which shows that government and retail employment showed particularly large gains, and employment did grow in most sectors. However, the overall pace of job growth is starting to slow down, and this indicates that all the jobs that were essentially the low-hanging fruit jobs have actually been taken up. So it looks like the pace at which jobs will come back is starting to slow down quite a bit. Now, one industry that you can see that has been significantly impacted has been the leisure and the hospitality industry. Travel has also been significantly impacted, and these were industries hit hardest by the pandemic and will probably take the longest time to recover. So even with all the job gains, let's be clear, total jobs are down 2.5 million. 2.5 million jobs have been lost since the start of the year, and the unemployment rate in that sector, the leisure and the hospitality sector, is still at 21.3%. And again, 2.5 million jobs have been lost in the leisure and the hospitality sector. In addition, let's keep in mind that the government employment was actually boosted by the temporary hiring for the US census. So overall employment in the sector still remains at 831,000 jobs below the start of the year. Also, as we analyze the jobs report further, there's both good news and bad news. The good news is all the temporary job losses are starting to recover. In other words, a lot of the individuals who lost their jobs temporarily are indeed getting their jobs back, but the number of permanent job losses has been increasing substantially. So the increase in the permanent job losses is indeed quite concerning, and it's much harder for individuals to find a job once they're permanently laid off. That is why this is a K-shaped recovery. In fact, on your screen right now, you'll see a chart that shows you the difference between the temporary job losses and the permanent job losses over a period of time. That dark line is permanent job losses, and you can see at the start of the year it was at 1.3 million, and right now as we are in August 2020, you'll see that the number of permanent job losses 3.4 million individuals. In fact, 3,411,000. Temporary job losses, on the other hand, did skyrocket as this pandemic hit us, went all the way up to 18 million individuals had temporary job losses. A lot of those individuals are getting their jobs back and are coming back to work. And as of right now, in August 2020, that number has gone down to 6,160,000 individuals. Again, you compare that with the permanent job losses, that's over 3.4 million individuals have lost their job permanently, and temporary layoffs are now down to 6.1 million individuals. And that is significantly better than the 18 million individuals who had temporarily lost their job in the past. So the fact is, a lot of us, millions of us, have lost our job permanently and we don't have a job to go back to. In fact, if we don't recover from this pandemic quickly, if we don't get a medical solution quickly, and God forbid, if a second wave hits us, there could be even more permanent job losses according to many economists, which is why I've been recommending to my viewers and subscribers to think in terms of re-engineering your skills, potentially start a new business. I'm going to be doing a new video series called The New World of Money, where I'll teach you new ways to re-engineer your skills, start a business, find a new job, and hopefully emerge from this pandemic stronger at some point in the future. That is my commitment to you, which is why I'm asking you to click like, click subscribe, enable notifications so that we can take you to the next level with our channel. Now, let's take a look at an interview with the US Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia. Eugene Scalia was interviewed a few hours ago, and I want you to listen carefully to his words. Now, as you can imagine, as a member of the administration, Scalia is extremely optimistic about the recovery, is extremely supportive of all the measures the president has taken because he is a part of the administration. But I did think it was very interesting to listen to what he had to say in today's interview. In fact, he specifically said that this jobs report was a really good jobs report. That's what he said. He did not comment on the permanent job losses and on the fact that a lot of the job gains were temporary, because, you know, when you take a closer look at the numbers, that's when you realize the true picture, which is what I've already done for my viewers. He didn't comment on that, and he did say that the progress was much better than expected. Let's watch and let's see what the US Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia had to say. Let's roll the tape.
Let's talk about this August jobs gains. Clearly recovering 1.4 million jobs. It looks like it's recovering 8.4%. What's your take on it, and how significant is this?
It's a really good report. It was a great way to head into Labor Day weekend for the American worker. As you say, 8.4% unemployment. The experts watching the job markets were saying we wouldn't get there maybe till late next year. Under the last administration, during the so-called Great Recession, our last economic downturn, it took 34 months, nearly 3 years, to get unemployment down under 8.5%. The president, the country, we've done it in 4 months. So it's a very strong trend. We've now added 10.6 million jobs since April. We've got obviously more work to do, but we're making strong progress, better than had been projected.
You mentioned progress. About a month ago, I remember you were saying, hey, it's too early to declare victory on jobs. If you just go into the industry gains a little bit, we'll just show you 249,000 in retail, business services almost 200,000, hospitality and leisure 174,000, education, health services almost 150,000, and so forth. Are you sort of putting a more optimistic view of it now?
I am optimistic. When you look at where the gains were, they were really widespread across industries. And Griff, the other thing that I like is when I look where we still have jobs to add back, I see places where we ought to be able to do that in the next couple of months. Healthcare is an industry that I've focused on because we're still down about 700,000 jobs from where we were in February, but those are jobs that are so important. That's a growing sector of the economy. So I see more room to put more Americans back to work in the months ahead, although it's important as well to help those who remain out of work.
Now, in the next segment of the interview, the US Labor Secretary was specifically asked about the current state of the stimulus negotiations, because he's a key decision maker and a key advisor when it comes to the federal unemployment benefit, which has essentially expired at the end of July. I'm talking about the $600 a week enhanced unemployment federal booster, which ended at the end of July. He was specifically asked about the current state of negotiations and where things stand right now. And as you can imagine, he was supportive of and he praised the president's efforts with the $300 a week lost wages assistance program. By the way, I've covered the $300 a week extensively on our channel, which states are getting it, which states are not getting it, when the money is going to be distributed. So make sure you click like, subscribe, enable notifications. But let's watch what the US Labor Secretary had to say specifically about the $300 a week. He specifically said the Democratic leadership is not doing what's best for the country at the moment. Let's watch and see what Eugene Scalia had to say.
And there are millions of Americans suffering. What is the administration trying to do as soon as tomorrow, this week, next week, to help them?
Well, one of the reasons that I think we're coming back quickly now is a series of decisions the president has made in the course of this year, beginning, by the way, with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. I'm traveling to Wisconsin today with the vice president. It's a wonderful way to spend Labor Day. And that is a state that will benefit from that historic trade agreement replacing NAFTA. There were also the really important relief measures the president took on a bipartisan basis with Congress in March. One of those was unemployment relief. And as you know, that expired in July. The president, his team, sought to get an extension with Congress, and they just wouldn't deal on it.
Right.
And we still have a stalemate there. Now, what the president did was he said, if Congress is not going to help me, let's find a way. And so there was a message to his team, let's find a way to support Americans who remain on unemployment.
But
And the president stood up this new program with FEMA giving unemployment benefits to Americans when Congress would not.
Mr. Secretary, just in the time we've got left, though, I want to ask you why. I mean, the administration seems very open, saying over the weekend they want to do some sort of short-term package. Why won't Speaker Pelosi and the Democrats come to the table with you?
I can speak for the president, who is determined to get Americans back to work, help those who are unemployed in the meantime. I do get the impression at times that the Democratic leadership in Congress is not focused right now on doing what's best for the country at this moment.
So there you have it, everybody. That was the interview. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the August jobs report and what you think of Eugene Scalia's comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. If you don't know anything about me, check out my video. I have the fortune, the privilege, the honor of living the American dream. I am a beneficiary of American exceptionalism, and I want to help you live your American dream. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. So make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications so you get instant updates from our channel going forward. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. We do a lot of fun stuff on Instagram, and we have a lot of fun with our Instagram community, which is also growing very rapidly. Now, if you don't get YouTube notifications, because sometimes YouTube does not send out real-time alerts, make sure to bookmark our channel, youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. And then visit our YouTube channel once or twice a day, and then you can see all the latest videos that we release. Also, make sure to go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. So you can get on our email list. And speaking of getting on our list, you can send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. And you can get added to our SMS list. You can opt out at any point in time from our SMS list or our email list. We really, really appreciate you watching. Once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications, because it really helps out me and my team. It motivates us. It helps out the YouTube algorithm, and it drives us to do more and more for our viewers and subscribers. We're so excited that you're a part of the Ignition Time community. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But once again, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thank you. Bye.